Sorry.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Not that he was playing bad. I don't know. It
was
like his last few years, yeah, but he was still, and now they acknowledge it finally. They're like, oh, he studied so hard, you know, he was changing plays at the line of scrimmage. Like,
it's just because they don't like Daniel Jones, man. Like, nobody likes the guy after the guy. Whoever we get after Daniel Jones is going to be that nigga. Like, we're clearly trying to tank long enough to get Arch Manning. But I feel like I don't think the Giants. I don't think Giants fans are gonna hang on.
I think DJ is gonna get, if we get a new regime, he'll get one more year.
You think so?
I mean, dude, like, can we consider the circumstances? Well, I don't know. It depends how high up we pick.
It does. Well, I mean, have you seen the Bears too? Because they're 1-2, but they look like, for a 1-win team, they have just as much anger as we do for a no-win team. And it's kind of hilarious.
Imagine we get the first and second overall pick.
Oh my God, dude! Honestly, it's hard not to get excited about that. Right? I know we got to go through a lot of losing.
You guys really don't. I don't think you guys want to get this podcast started. I don't think you guys want to talk about football. I don't think you guys want to talk about this last week, do you?
We got stuff about last week for sure.
Yeah. All right.
Welcome to Division Rivals. I am Kenny Weber.
I'm Lucas Cicero.
And I am Dwayne Murphy Jr.
And we're back. Football has happened again. The Cowboys are 2-1. What is the Giants' record?
You know the Giants' record. You don't even have.
The Giants are 0-3. I couldn't have. Starting this podcast this year was the right move. I haven't eaten in 3 days because I'm sustained. By these Giants losses.
You got a whole weird diet going on here. I got tea now, you know what I mean?
You guys are drinking alcohol because you're in the dumps.
Yeah.
You're drinking your sorrows
we've had better
away.
Times, yeah. Sure.
All right, but you know what? We chilling. All right, we chilling out here. You know what I mean? In the fire. All right, it's relaxed, very relaxed.
The drinks are just to celebrate. We're going to get a higher draft pick than you.
The Falcons.
Yeah.
The Falcons.
We were cheersing to. Cheers to that first and second overall pick.
Oh, here we go.
Thank to the Chicago Bears because they don't look much better. So,
you guys, do you guys think you guys are going to be picking in the top 5 after 3 games?
Man, you know what? It's very hard. I was going to say it's hard to tell. It's not very hard to tell. You know what? We could squeeze out maybe 6 wins. The thing is, last year, okay, we weren't a good team, but we had that like Joe Judge like push. We gave it our all. Like you can kind of tell the guys are playing, giving it all. I don't get the same vibe right now. I don't get the same kind of like. Well, I was gonna say discipline. We weren't very disciplined last year either.
It's a belief thing. Like this is what I saw on Sunday. We are a team that it's not that we don't believe in like the coach. Because Saquon made this comment about believing in the scheme. It's not that we don't believe that we are going to win these games. You know what I mean? Like look at where our big drops happen, you know what I'm saying? Or where our mistakes. What were we doing that last week? When we were moving on the Falcons, we were at the 20. We were in the red zone, moving on them, throwing it, everything. Kadarius Toney was getting into the league. And then all of a sudden, Billy fucking Price, you know what I mean? God. I don't know why he's out there. He wasn't good enough for the Bengals, but we got him. Anyway, Billy Price messes up a snap, we go back, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then Brett Bretterson gives up a clean freaking rush in the middle. We move back further. Yeah. You know, it's like we don't believe. We see the end zone and tense up and don't want to get in it, dude. That's what bothers me.
I think it's a combination of that, and we're just kind of lacking that swagger of we're gonna fucking win, because we had a couple corners drop a couple interceptions, and these weren't very hard contested interceptions. These were oh man, it really just went out of one hand.
Once again, just like the Darius Slayton play, no cornerback has been that open for an interception in over a decade. There was no reason for him. I could have walked to MetLife Stadium from my house in Irvine and caught that pass in the time it took for Dory Jackson to look it in and drop it. It was moving that slow, dude. I don't understand. It's like we don't want to win these games.
No, it's like we find a different way to lose every week.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Yeah.
But
And it was the Falcons this week, guys.
It was the Falcons too.
That was my issue. I picked you guys to win. I believed in the Giants.
Everybody picked.
I believed in the Giants, guys.
We put the Falcons on that day because it was Eli's day. It was like it's like a homecoming game in high school. You pick the team that you know your team is gonna beat on that day. That's what we did for week 3, and we couldn't win that fucking game, dude.
No.
Like, I'm honestly, it's ridiculous. And I said people need to get fired, and this is why I don't like the ownership of our team, because John Mara sat there and let 80,000 people boo him in front of everybody, knowing how poorly this team is being run right now. Then he's gonna kick a couple trash cans, talk about how he's gonna roll heads, and did nothing. You know, he said they were
and you know what it is? I'm glad you brought up Mara, because everything starts up top. Everything. Like, you look at the people that are hired. Okay, Joe Judge is kind of an outsider, but management recommended that he interview Jason Garrett. That wasn't his top pick.
No.
I was like, hey, you should check this guy out. Yeah. And he's like, okay, fine. I mean, look at all his other assistant coaches, a bunch of college coaches. Yeah. Has nothing to do with Jason Garrett.
Jason Garrett was picking like Saban. He was picking like Saban, Bill Belichick disciples. You know what I mean? And like, I mean, not Jason Garrett, Joe Judge. I'm sorry. And Jason Garrett was a John Mara hire. Like, straight up, you're right. It was absolutely a John Mara hire.
And not only that, you look at Gettleman, because Gettleman spent time with the Giants. So shout out to Jordan Renan. He was saying the Giants basically don't want to hand the keys over to someone that they don't know and trust.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to bring in a brand new, I mean, they kind of brought in a brand new coach.
No.
Because he had like look, he was with Saban. He was with Belichick. But they're not going to bring in a brand new general manager, just shake things up.
No, they won't take outside help. Everybody talks about how they're a mob. They are. And really, it's funny. I'm going to give you some fun facts about the Giants, right? This is what I've learned. We are a very poor run. We are considered the only mom and pop run organization in an NFL, in a league where every team is worth billions of dollars. The Giants are worth $4.3 billion. They're the third highest grossing franchise in the league right now, right? Guess how much John Mara is worth? $500 million. This dude is a freaking poor ass owner, like, for real. Poor ass owner. Like, what are you talking? He's not even a billionaire. The other guy, Steve Tisch, is a billionaire, and he don't give a shit about the team. He made his money making Forrest Gump. This nigga don't care about fucking football, all right? You know what I mean? We have been, for 3 years in a row, we have the worst stadium in the league, been voted on by every player, analyst, whatever like that. The 49ers sued us because we have the worst turf in the league. Remember when the 49ers lost Nick Bosa one week last year? Then the next week they lost Richard Sherman. You know why? Because they played the Jets one week, then the Giants the next week. And then they sued MetLife Stadium for how bad the turf was. We have maggots in our ketchup right now, and when we serve, like, maggots are in the food that we serve to the fans, and it's gone viral. We don't put any effort, money, or time into this team, and yet the Mara family the Mara family wants to be the Jones family, but spend none of the money. And it's like, you can't, it's like, you see why we're not doing it in the league, dude. That's why I don't.
And then we could do a bootleg ass fucking Hard Knocks and call it Giants Life.
Giants Life. Giants Life.
Like, dude, just go Hard Knocks, let them do it for you.
We turned down Hard Knocks 2 years in a row to do a bootleg version of Hard Knocks. It's not any good. And then we keep doing the Joe Judge Report. Go to the Giants YouTube instead right now.
The Joe Judge Report.
The Joe Judge Report, where Joe Judge goes on TV and he goes, all right, I'm going to tell you what we did good. We've been losing these games over and over again. And this dude comes up and we'll talk about the one play that we did right. And he stretches this out for 15 minutes. How do you get 15 minutes out of one good play? Why don't you talk about the challenges you shouldn't be making, Joe? Why don't you talk about the timeout you shouldn't be taking, Joe? Why don't you talk about the fucking offensive coordinator who is called the worst plays in the league? Our offense is 32nd in the league. It's 32 teams. We don't want to talk about none of that. I'm just saying that is what we're dealing with right now.
But Daniel Jones ran over a defensive lineman. Let's go.
Yo, let's go. Let's talk about my boy,
That is
man.
the one thing I'm excited about. Come
you know
on.
what, Kenny? Say something bad about my boy right now.
I complimented Daniel Jones before the podcast started. First and foremost, the Cowboys are in first place. Cowboys won their game. It was the type of game where I'm not disappointed by any means, but I can just gloat and be like, yeah, they fucked up Philly. But there's not even a lot that you learn from that game. You know what I mean? It reminds me of a game that the Cowboys had against Indianapolis when Andrew Luck was the quarterback. It might have been like 15 or 14, right. And Indianapolis was doing good. The Cowboys weren't doing that good, and they just fucked up the Colts. And it's one of those. I remember after being like, man, they kind of did so well that it's like it's not the same. It's not the same as when you like win like a kind of a close game. Like I'm not complaining by any means. 2-1. Sole possession of first place in the division. Feels good.
No, it's nice to win games like that.
Because the Cowboys, I'm not complaining about. It's just one of those. I feel like in a close game, you like learn about your team. Yeah. You don't like learn about them when they just fucking pulled out to a lead and kept it.
No, you do learn something. All right, you can take it from a team that has not won a game by double digits or a lead in almost 2 years now.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. I mean, this doesn't happen to the Cowboys often. So I do. I still enjoy it, but I don't feel like there's like this deep analytical. It's like I'm stoked as fuck that we got that Trayvon Diggs has 3 interceptions, one in each game, because this is again a Cowboys defense that like in the previous
they've been showing up this year. I have
8 years before, like their turnovers just are non-existent. And so it's great to have the new defensive coordinator, have turnovers being generated. The defense is you can't. They only gave up 21 points last night, 14 in garbage time. So they're doing pretty good. Defense is doing a lot better than people thought they were going to do. But I mean, we're still only 3 games into the season. I know I don't want to say that because they're melting down, and we're only 3 games into the season. So whenever I say about my team,
17-game season, so
longest season ever, right?
I have to kind of apply the same logic to their team. So I really want to be like, no,
No, you should enjoy it, because you got to look, because perspective, looking at a team that has no wins, you know what I mean, to see the way you guys played yesterday was you basically just played like a better team from start to finish. You had some hiccups. Yeah, I joked on you about it. Like, you had some hiccups. Yeah. Like that one play where like clearly Dak was the one who didn't know what he was doing.
He was wrong. Everyone else was right.
Everyone else was like, but like you guys still, like start to finish, you won, you controlled the game. Philly never really like they scored back on y'all once with the fumble in the end zone, but they never really were in the game. You know what I mean?
Like, that's what I mean. They really the Cowboys didn't like really have to like look over their shoulder after that.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like as a Giants fan, like I don't like. It's been a long time since I've felt that. Since I've been in any game where we've just been like winning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like I can turn it off in the fourth quarter because you turn that game off. There was like 10 minutes left in the game. I turned it off after y'all went up, even 35-14, because it's like. That's a game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I haven't seen the Giants play like that in a long time. So you gotta props. I gotta give you props. I hate giving the Cowboys props at all, but I do have to give them.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, the defense is better than what was expected. Dak is coming along, faster than he was anticipated to recover because he had a big injury last year and didn't play most of last year. So I mean, dude, any hopes of winning the division, I wouldn't say are gone, but it's looking a lot more grim. Like, we thought this was still going to be a division where you might sneak away with 9-10 wins. Yeah. I don't know if that's the case anymore. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we have to. I mean, a miracle has to happen for us, though. But, like, our schedule coming up next week is the Saints. You know what I mean? Week after that, and these next 2 are road games. So we're at the Saints, and then we're at Dallas, all right? And we finally get to come back home to the Rams. All right, you know what I'm saying? And so we got to go.
Come back home to the Rams and some maggot ketchup.
Exactly.
Come back home to the best team in the NFL.
Exactly, literally. And then come back to, and then I think the Panthers are after that, and then the Chiefs are after that, and then the Raiders are after that. Like, it's not looking good for us right now. Like, really, you know what I mean? So, anyway,
I mean, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But
yeah, that's true. One week at a time.
So the Rams the best team in the NFL? Am I crazy?
Yeah.
I think the NFL is. I think there's a little bit more. Only 3 games in. I feel like there's a little bit more parity in the NFL than there normally might be where you're just like, no, these teams are. I don't think that we can definitely say who the best teams are.
Well, 3 weeks in, I mean,
because
it really is looking like the Cardinals. Maybe the Cardinals.
Maybe. I mean, but
See,
they almost they weren't looking too pretty this week at times. Yeah, they snuck out a win, but it's like, should it be that close with a team that bad?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure,
Whereas
Jaguars,
the Rams, they definitely faced a top 5 team.
Yeah.
And they held the lead for most of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Looked pretty.
Yeah, they made
comfortable throughout most of the game.
Yeah.
And they even said it the week leading to it. Hey, we really need to give the ball to Deshaun Jackson. He was only on the field 30% of the snaps. Guess what? 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Bombing it to him. Mm-hmm. They knew what they were going to try to do with Deshaun Jackson. They went out and did it. It's nuts.
But that's a team that makes, and like this is the problem. If you want to bring it back to Jason Garrett, it's like the Rams are a team that knows the skill set of their players. You know what I mean? And they highlight them.
Well, they also draft to those specific players where I feel like we just kind of go out and we're like, hey, we need a number 1 receiver. Who should we go get? Ken Galladay? Kenny fucking Galladay, dude. Let's do it.
I'm telling you.
How much is he going for?
Exactly.
$16 million a year?
Actually, he wasn't. No one else offered him the contract we offered him.
With what you guys are saying about Jason Garrett, though, it's so funny because it's the same thing that with the same problems we had in Dallas, where it'd be like, no, Ezekiel Elliott caught, so many passes out of the backfield in college, but Jason Garrett would not use it. They took him a couple seasons to use him like that. Yeah. It's like he is ridiculous.
It's frustrating. And you would think that if me as a fan can see that at home, how could my owner not watch that and go, okay?
To me, it's like the Adam Gase thing where he keeps getting jobs, and it's like, Doug, he sucks. Like how do I know that he's bad at his job and he still has one? Making hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars a year. It makes no sense. The other game in the division, before I forget, was Washington, Buffalo, and Buffalo fucking murked Washington. Washington. I mean, it's expected that they're a quarterback away from being possibly okay at football.
Yeah, They thought they had it with Heineke because he faced the Giants and they made him look good. Psych.
Don't look. It's not hard to it for us. We'll make you look good, all right? Yeah. If you're a quarterback that needs some good tape, if anybody, I'm going to tell all you teams coming up, if you got a backup that you're trying to get high value off of, play him against us, all right? Okay, have him throw for like 400 yards, and then you're gonna get a good draft capital.
I heard today
Raph just popped his head in the door.
75% completion rate.
Yeah.
That's second worst in the NFL. Our defense is allowing almost.
Look at this. We just keep going back to the they're in such misery.
You knew what was happening
this
today.
Is tough, man.
You came in here just for this.
Yeah.
All right? You knew what was going on.
You act like you don't want to hear it,
dude,
but you do.
That it's just with you. Every little thing reminds you guys of the misery of being 0-3.
Yeah.
Like anything football related. It's pretty.
Yeah. It's not just 0-3. It's the way that we're 0-3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, look at the way the other teams look. They look like they're doing something.
What's fucked up is if you guys lose this week, but you win, you'll be 0-4, and then you play Dallas, and then that game's like, if you win, you guys are gonna be real happy, like real happy to beat Dallas.
Dude,
so it's
Dallas would be huge.
It's a funny situation that in 2 weeks, no matter what your record is, what Dallas's record is, it's like the Super Bowl, dog. It's
like mean something.
It's like
really do.
You guys get 2 Super Bowls a year.
We could be 0-4 going into Dallas.
We could.
Yeah. I'm gonna act like it don't exist.
And if you are, here's the thing, because I'm talking about this early. Because if you guys are 0-4, again, I don't care what the Cowboys record are. Let's say the Cowboys are 3-1 going into that game. It's gonna be a tough fucking game.
It will be.
Yeah, it'll end up being a tough fucking game.
Y'all don't. You got. Division games. In most of the league, division games are tough and everything, but specifically with the NFC East and the way we all play each other, last night was the first time I've seen an NFC East game not end in like a one possession finish. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they almost always do.
Nip and tuck.
We were already talking about Tampa Bay and the Rams. Mm-hmm. It was like they fucking ran away with that. What about Kansas City?
The Chiefs.
So the other one is Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They didn't look crisp against the.
It's a division game, so I think you can't go. Anything can happen in those division games. Like if they're the worst, team in the league can still like the Giants can still beat a better team in the league, such as like the Cowboys. Like that's an example of two teams. Just pulled that out of thin air.
Right.
Didn't mean to attack you guys there. Sorry. Those are just the two teams at the forefront of my mind because we do a podcast about those two teams. So I apologize for using those teams. But yeah, Kansas City. What do you got? You just think again? It's early in the season. I feel like some of this is making almost like making drama. But do you think that it's a worry?
I don't think so. I mean, because when you watch those games, you still see an elite team playing elite ball. Like I literally on Sunday went from watching the Giants game all the way through to watching the Rams game all the way through. And it's like night and day.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get too far away from the game, but you're watching the offense kind of operate, and you're like, okay, you see motion, you see all these plays being run that you don't see in college or just any random offense running.
Yeah.
Like these are plays that someone had to sit down and scheme.
Yeah.
Like you see that in the Chargers and the Chiefs game. On both sides of the ball, right? It's not like they're just throwing out whatever coverage and doing, simple blitz.
Are we bringing this back to the Giants losing again?
He's just saying that, despite the Chiefs losing, which they are, they're 1-2 right now, right?
Yeah, they are. But
I thought that was a big thing where you were trying to compare it to the play calling of the Giants. I was like, God damn.
Oh no. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
I totally thought that was a facetious.
It all comes back eventually.
A whole facetious bit. I was like, God damn.
0-3 on the Falcons.
What I was trying to say is you watch the game and you can tell you're watching two elite teams go at it. It's not like you're watching. It's not like the Chiefs were getting blown out either. It was a close game all the way through, and then the Chargers happened to pull it out. Which
and I gotta say credit to Justin Herbert too, because you were saying a little bit last week about how he hasn't quite been getting the respect that you think he should be getting. Mm-hmm. And even Patrick Mahomes has been taking some weird shots at people throughout the league. You know what I mean? You can definitely tell he's feeling himself and everything. But remember there was this thing over the summer of somebody saying what are you gonna do when Justin Herbert, is the best quarterback in the league, and Patrick Mahomes is I'll believe it when I see it. He said that about Justin Herbert. He goes, I'll believe it when I see it. And they asked him about it at the press conference, and Patrick Mahomes even had to own up and say I believe it. Justin Herbert is a baller, dude. He can sling the rock. It's pretty impressive to see, and I'm happy to see him get that particular win, because I think that's gonna elevate just his perspective, just how people view him as a quarterback in the league.
Oh yeah. I didn't see a bunch of the other games. I really only watched the Cowboys this week.
I watched a couple. I was really keyed in on the Bears and Brown. I've been very big on the Bears.
Oh, just to see where we land with the draft pick. That's funny.
So
but even more so, it was Justin Fields' first start. It was
exactly. Well, I have him in fantasy, and he scored a whopping 3.9 points.
I promise you, that was not his fault. I mean, I have to say, it's not his fault. And the Bear, and I have a lot of Bears faithful. I have friends who are Bears fans. I watched that game. They are dealing with, bring it back to us, they are dealing with the same problem. Their offensive scheme, Matt Nagy is calling a scheme that is working directly against what Justin Fields does well. You know what I mean? And people in, even analysts on ESPN are seeing it. Dan Orlovsky is you are literally trying to ruin. It looks like he's trying to ruin this kid.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's it's not good. He didn't run, again, no motions, no RPO. Especially the thing that's going to help a rookie is an RPO. None of that. You know what I mean? They never did anything to help him on the offensive line. They just kept a 5-man coverage, no chips, no screens, no checkdowns, it was really bad for Justin Fields out there, and I don't think the Bears did anything to help him.
Did you hear?
Okay, so just to kind of play devil's advocate, not that I love Matt Nagy or anything, but you designed the offense for Andy Dalton, right? The idea was you're
Mistake.
100% behind. Oh, of course. I mean, come on, journeyman quarterback, of course. It's, but okay, you want to ease in Justin Fields. You want to put Andy Dalton in. They can't run the same kind of offense, right? You can't have Andy Dalton out there running RPOs and little fucking let's move the pocket and shit. Maybe
but
he had Trubisky for 3 years.
Yeah.
But you're also
you can't dust any of those plays off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're also the NFL coach that drafted this guy, that knows that this guy is the future, that probably should have been having him, like, he's probably going to start this year at some point, like, to take the job for Andy Dalton, most likely.
Yeah,
he was.
If he can't beat an Andy Dalton, he should not be starting.
Regardless,
Andy Dalton should be like the bare minimum of a quarterback.
100%
better than to start in this league.
100%. And so he should have had this. And then you knew Andy Dalton was out since he took over in the game before. You're a professional football coach. You can add a few plays into the fucking system. There's some RPOs, some things that are gonna, like, don't you want to win? No, you'd like to win. So he should have, like, there is none of that shit.
Here's my thing about Matt Nagy, because I've noticed this, like, what got him that job was that he was on the offensive staff for the Chiefs when they went to the playoffs, and they said he played a big role in mentoring Patrick Mahomes before he took over that starting job. Well, he was calling those play calls. Who was the QB that year? Alex Smith. Matt Nagy's most success was calling plays for a QB like Alex Smith.
Right.
So why do people think he's going to have any success with a mobile, athletic QB like Justin Fields or Mitchell Trubisky?
Because most people aren't even going to bring up that point. They're going to go the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
He was there at the beginning.
Yeah.
Boom.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of these guys, they sell themselves. Joe Judge, too. I'm always bringing it back. But they sell these guys on just being around greatness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how many dudes got jobs off the back of working near Tom Brady? How many dudes got jobs off the back of being near Sean McVay even? You know what I'm saying?
Legion of Boom.
Or Legion of Boom.
Legion of Boom. Dan Quinn, the defensive coordinator. Now he's a defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. Comes in, has already immensely improved the defense, doing a great job at that. But where he was the head coach the previous years before that, because of the Legion of Boom, they took him, and then that's the Cowboys got that. They had a dude from the Legion of Boom that was like a fucking. He was like just the
coach or player.
Coach. He was just a DB's coach.
I know who you're talking about.
They kept him around in a weird ass position.
I know who you black guy.
Yes,
I know who you're talking about. Yes,
I can't think of his goddamn name.
Quality control guy.
They kept him in a weird ass position with the Cowboys just to hold on to him for like another year.
Yeah, because he had Legion of Boom time.
And then he still fucking left the next year, and they got rid of the fucking 95-year-old coach that they had. I can't remember his name right now either, because you guys all saw me, take a hit from the weed pen.
There is some validity to having a coaching tree, right? Like the Belichick tree isn't really shaking out all that well right now. I mean, you got Brian Flores at Miami. He's not doing.
Where's Josh?
Great,
Is Josh McDaniels still a Belichick, or did he bounce?
Yeah, he's still with.
He went.
Yeah. He had a chance to get a head coaching job. I forget where, but he basically turned it down and said, "I'm going to stick."
Yeah, because remember when he went to Denver? Remember when he went to Denver and one of the only games he won was against the Patriots?
Sorry to cut you off. Yeah, Rod Marinelli.
Rod Marinelli is the defensive coordinator. So there was that guy's like 90 years old.
Right.
And his
the
Legion of Boom guy.
The old white guy.
That's the old white guy.
There's a young black guy.
Black guy.
I see his face, and I can't even. Anyway, we'll find it. We will find it.
Yeah, we'll be.
Yeah, I can't think of the damn guy's name.
Being near greatness, and it's like, how can you coach? Like, probably, how can you like take credit for that when you have world-class talent? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So many of these guys just take credit.
Well, yeah, Patrick Mahomes is the most talented quarterback to come out. Like he literally is like this generation's could be, this generation's Tom Brady. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Already got the early ring, been to 2 Super Bowls, and they're getting their contracts off of his back.
Yeah.
Like those coaches, and then but they can bounce around. Look at how Adam Gase, who did he get all of his contracts off of?
Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning.
And Peyton Manning won in spite of having such a bad coach.
Okay, yeah, Adam Gase was awful, and then Adam Gase went to Miami, made everybody had Tannehill, had everybody thinking Tannehill was a bust.
Yeah, Tannehill goes to Tennessee and killing it.
And then who did he have after Tannehill? Sam Darnold. All right, what is the Carolina Panthers are 3-0 right now?
Exactly.
As soon as
it's actually so it sounds like we just discovered that coaches. There are good coaches like the Andy Reeds, and there's a bunch of good examples. But coaches can be good or literally the exact opposite and be detrimental to be 100% detrimental.
So Adam Gase is the quarterback destroyer, basically.
Yeah. Except for Peyton Manning.
Fair.
No, well, how can you be a guru with Peyton Manning is like...
Because Peyton Manning was the quarterback and the coach.
Yeah, exactly. They called him the sheriff. Do you realize that? They said he laid down the law. Peyton Manning called the plays, traded for the players. You know what I mean?
He did it all. I think he was a cheerleader as well.
Yes!
Probably.
I'm just saying that. But yeah, so it's like, of course, you get a job of that, but... I mean, it's just tough to see these guys get these jobs and ruin these quarterbacks, and I feel like that's what Matt Nagy's doing.
Well, it is just crazy that once you're in, you're it. Like it's just a proof. Like once you're in, you get that head coaching job.
Yeah.
And then it seems like you can.
Well, that goes on the GM and ownership of whatever these teams are. You don't get these positions without being very prideful people for starters, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And you believe that you've acquired the level of success you've acquired by doing things your way, you know what I mean? So these are people who don't like to be told they're wrong. So they'll let something, not work for a while because in their mind they go, you know what? I've had plenty of people tell me, you know what I mean? I don't know what I'm doing before, and it's worked out, you know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? So yeah, I think Matt Nagy, him and Ryan Pace, they're kind of in lockstep. You know what I mean? If Ryan Pace doesn't go with Matt Nagy, Ryan Pace is gonna look bad too. So they have to let each other kind of fail. You know what I mean? Because go ahead.
Yeah. No, I'm saying Matt Nagy doing not so great of a job with Justin Fields. Who is doing a good job with their rookie quarterback who's not yet ready to start? Shanahan.
Yeah.
Shannon, hey, they've got a nice little package.
Yeah, they get him out there.
They get him out there. Hey, they brought him out on 4th and goal.
Yeah.
That's a rookie quarterback. I mean, it was a little QB draw, but they were like, hey, we're going to give you the ball on 4th and goal.
Yeah.
Because, hey, there's a reason we selected you 3rd overall and gave up our whole future.
We're going to show confidence in you. You know what I mean? And that's so many of these coaches. It's a business, so I guess it's a business. You want to do what you think is in the best interest or whatever. But if you, especially with quarterbacks, if you draft these guys high, first round, you have to instill confidence in any player. You know what I mean? First round, especially.
You're seventh round. Fuck you.
7th round, whatever. 7th round, good luck. You know what I mean? Show me something. You know what I'm saying? But first round, we have to instill confidence in you because these guys have been successful for most of their life. They've never been told that they were bad at this game. Believe it or not, the reason why they're so supreme athletically is because they're so fragile emotionally. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
That is what drives them. So you have to empower these people. You can't take the ball out of their hands or go against their strengths. You know what I mean? You ruin them.
Yeah, exactly.
Before we get into next week, I only had one more. I have only one more question really for you guys, which will probably launch us into another 10-minute discussion. The one thing I did see this week, besides was the end of the Packers 49ers game.
Great ending.
Were you guys when they scored 37 seconds left? Were you what was your percentage? Were you that Aaron Rodgers was going to pull it off? I was probably like 80%.
Yeah. It was hard not to feel like too much time is on the clock for him.
For a field goal. If it was a touchdown, I mean, I still think he could have got it. Still could have got the touchdown. I think that would have been still over 50%. Yeah. But field goal, I was like, that's just it's too easy.
Yeah. Even the throws he made that you would think, because people were like, oh my God, the fourth quarter was so amazing, and I'm like, I've seen Aaron Rodgers do that so many times.
Yeah. That's just he's the best thrower of all time.
And it's also so obvious where he wants to go. He wants to go to Devontae Adams. Dude, double him.
Actually,
like I get it. You want to play very soft zone, not give him anything deep. Okay, but you know where he wants to go. They don't have a ton of players that are just going to take the top off.
Who is another receiver on that team?
Yeah. I mean, Valdes Scantling isn't bad, but,
Adam Lazard, you think he's throwing to him?
Yeah, maybe
he's
maybe
still
not.
complaining about Jordy Nelson not playing on the team.
I got it.
My farmer.
I got it. Chris Richard.
Chris Richard.
I didn't look it up either. I just remembered it.
Chris Richard, yes. Yes, because I used to confuse him with Chris Broussard all the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
it just popped in my head. I didn't look it up or anything. Chris Richard.
Cowboys weird-ass coach. He was a defensive line coach, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, but they made
he
him
had a headset.
Yeah, because they were. It was the weird. It's the weirdest thing. It's like it was. My feeling when it was going on was I thought he was like the next Jason Garrett. The next guy where they're like, we're going to groom this guy and have this guy around the organization for the next 12 years doing and he's going to
like their male guy.
I really think that if they would have gotten rid of Jason Garrett a year earlier, they would have made him the head coach.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the Cowboys, another NFC East, all of them, they love that promote from within, build your own, grow your own, that type of deal. And the league doesn't work like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, too much money is running through these franchises.
It's about win now. You're not growing nothing. We're winning now.
Yeah. It's about your scheme too. If you're not going to bring something that's completely different, but also going to like adapt very well to the players you have, then dude, you're kind of shit out of luck. Yeah.
You're fucked.
Yeah, if you come in, you're like, hey, we're going to run the ball 40 times.
Yeah.
Unless you have, an amazing offensive line and a running back who's never going to get hurt, you're kind of fucked.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like football's changed, man. You have to throw it. You have to. The best teams in the league, the ones that win games, the ones that are definitely going to be in the Super Bowl, in the playoffs, are throwing. What is Tampa Bay doing? What's Bruce Arians' mantra? No risk it, no biscuit.
Yeah. Well, it's not even just throwing the ball. It's you got to score. So it's like if you don't throw the ball, you've got to be able to go and score, like just eat up points. Like you got to be able to score, put up 40, 50 points. Like to win a Super Bowl, you've got to do that, or you've got to have the best defense in the league that's going to hold the team down.
Yeah, but it's impossible. It's too many. Everyone's too athletic. The schemes are too good. You can't just do this thing where it's like run the ball, control the clock, keep it. Like people are too good for that now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Score them fucking points, bro. Like
exactly.
That's how you got to do it.
Because even when the
pass, that thing is gone, bro. You're gonna chip 10 yards down the field. No way, dude.
Nah, dude, it don't work like that.
Even that 2016 season when the Cowboys, when Dak and Zeke were rookies, and the Cowboys were running the ball down everybody's throat, they were still putting up over 30 points a game.
Dak was still hitting people. Like he was still hitting Dez. I know they tried to come at that connection with him and Dez. Yeah. He was hitting Dez pretty well during that season. So. It was the second season that everything fell apart, but
Okay, so we're looking ahead at week 4.
Yes.
I promise I will do this, or one of us has got to do this. Listen to the podcast and write down with our picks, and then by next week I'll write the picks as we're going and shit, and everything. Be a little bit more prepared, but I have some ideas for some cool stuff we can do.
I was listening to last week's. There was a couple. I'll be honest. I look, my 2 bold predictions. They did not look as crazy as I thought they would. Granted, they didn't because the Ravens kicked a 66-yard field goal, and the Raiders almost coughed that game up to Miami.
Did. Yeah, they did.
Can I get some on that?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
give a little bit. Thank you. Let me get some. Okay. I was just saying, y'all thought I was crazy. Anyway, but we got to listen to them.
Yeah, it's funny. There's a lot of hype around the Raiders now, but no one wants to talk about how they almost lost to the Dolphins.
They almost coughed that game up for real.
Yeah. I want you guys to remember there's 2 Giants fans talking about almost losses. Come on. This week though, Jacksonville at Cincinnati. That's such a trash game, but I'm just like I'm always picking Tampa Bay. I'm always picking against Jacksonville. I'll take Cincinnati. I'll take Cincinnati in that one. Not much to say about it. I hate that the Thursday night games so often are shit games.
Right.
Like it's like they look at the schedule and they go, "What's going to be the worst game?"
They look like shit games, but have you ever watched a lot of these Thursday night games have really been like.
They can still be great games, but I want them. I like
good teams.
Like good. Not even good. Just a good like Jacksonville and Cincinnati is to me is not even
Cincinnati's not looking as bad though.
Yeah.
I will say that Burrow's back on track. He's got a very good relationship with Jamar Chase.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're okay. Like offensively,
Trevor Lawrence looks like shit.
Trevor Lawrence does look like shit, and I don't think that I think Jacksonville will be struggling for wins, just like us. But I definitely am going to pick the Bengals too. I think I agree with you, Lucas. I think that Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, that looks good. Joe Mixon, he's out there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Say what you want. And people don't like him because of his lawsuit, but he out there chunking up yards, man. The Bengals look like they're trying to turn it around. So
they're
2-1,
this
so
Yeah.
Washington at Atlanta.
Washington at Atlanta. I'm gonna pick Washington. I'm gonna pick Washington. I really don't think that they're gonna lose to the Falcons. I think we're the only team that's. I think our team. I think our loss came down to bad coaching, and I don't think Washington will have that problem.
Very ironic for me to say, but I think Atlanta's defense is just not there. So, yeah, I'm going with Washington.
I'm gonna go with Atlanta on this one.
Okay.
I think Atlanta will put 2 in a row together. Probably only 2 in a row that they put together this whole season. But I think they're gonna beat Washington.
I'd love that, but we'll see.
Houston at Buffalo. Some of these are fucking.
Oh, Houston at Buffalo. Yeah, I don't think that doesn't take much thought.
Yeah. Who are you picking, Dwayne?
I'm definitely gonna pick Buffalo on that one.
I'll take Buffalo as well.
I'll take Buffalo. Yeah, clean sweep there. Although I will say that Houston has some fight. When you watch that team, they have some fight in it.
They're an NFL team. They're not just rolling over.
Yeah.
They're not.
Nah, I think they bought into Tyrod Taylor, like you said. Like you can see they believe in him.
Well, he went down. They got like a 3rd or 4th round QB.
Mills now.
Yeah.
Something like. But they still they don't lay down. You know what I'm saying?
No, he's not horrible.
Yeah.
Like he's moving the ball.
Yeah.
Another easy one, in my opinion. Detroit at Chicago.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Detroit Lions.
Sorry. Oh my God! I'm sorry. Hey, all y'all, Chicago, I love you. You know what I'm saying? But I watched the game. I was watching too. Hey, Detroit, baby. All right, Matt Nagy don't want to coach this team no more. He's bad. So. Detroit.
I'm going Chicago.
You going Chicago?
Yeah, dude. You know what?
I'm different. I'm different.
No, they actually have a win.
Yeah.
Hey, Detroit's winless. So I think there's still some good football to be played from Justin Fields. I think you get him another start, the jitters are out. You can have a good game.
Okay. They got to help him out on that line, though. They have to. They got to chip somebody or something.
Yeah.
So he's picking Chicago.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's cool, man.
Carolina at.
They need to lose, bro. All right, we need the pick. Anyway,
I know. I mean, the same way you want, Atlanta to win, but come on.
So we got Carolina at Dallas. Carolina's 3-0. Carolina's looking a lot better than everybody expected this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm picking the Dallas Cowboys. I got to go with them. I know you guys might not be able to pick your team, but I can still confidently, I can still pick my team with some good confidence.
Okay.
Here it comes.
I am. I'm also gonna go with the Cowboys.
Surprised!
I'm very. Yeah. Normally, I'll be rooting against them, but I definitely, my analyst and me, I'm gonna pick the Cowboys. I just think that their offense is pretty solid all around. You know what I mean? And their defense looks a little bit better. You know what I mean? Without Christian McCaffrey, I don't think Carolina can really move the ball the way they want to. So.
I actually agree with you there. I think I'm going to go Dallas. Carolina, to me, is just too one-dimensional on offense because, I don't know. Like, Chuba Hubbard, not a bad running back, but definitely isn't McCaffrey.
No. And your playbook is built around McCaffrey.
I mean, they've got decent receiver talent, one number one by far, pretty solid number 2 in Robbie Anderson, but... Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Dallas.
So we've got Indy at Miami. Is Tua out still? I can't.
He was out last week. Jacoby Brissett had a good game. I picked him up on in fantasy, and he scored solid points. I think he's gonna have another start.
I gotta go with Miami.
You think Miami?
Yeah, I think Miami's gonna win
Over Indy. Okay.
because I think normally I think focusing on this actual week, I gotta pick Miami. If I think too much about it, I want to pick Indy, but it's Miami for me.
Okay, all right. It's a tough pick. The Colts are doing Hard Knocks in season, so Hard Knocks curse is real. So Miami, I gotta go with that based off of that. Carson Wentz broke 2 ankles on one play. I've never heard of that before. And then he just came out this past week and said, I don't know when to quit on a play ever. I wonder why you're so injured, Carson Wentz. You're probably not going to make it through the game. Dolphins. I'll pick Dolphins.
I'm gonna go with Indy actually.
Indy?
I think they're a little too talented to go 0-4. I think Miami's beatable, especially with Jacoby Brissett. He's not a bad quarterback. No. He's actually won, ironically, a lot of games for the Colts.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's actually revenge game for Jacoby. I'm definitely
let's go with the Colts.
Yeah, right. Cleveland at Minnesota.
Ooh.
That's a pretty close game. I think that's
the first good matchup so far.
Yeah. See, this is a game that doesn't look like Cleveland at Minnesota.
Yeah.
But when you take where those teams are at now, it's going to be a good game most likely. That's what I'm talking about. Make that a Thursday night game. Let's have that. No,
I'll bet you.
That's all. And I'm going to go with Cleveland.
Yeah, I want Minnesota. Man. I like their toughness. They're a tough team.
I believe too much in Cleveland, so I'm gonna go with Cleveland. OBJ is back, baby. You see that?
He is back.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna limit him. Like, oh no, let's take it easy. First came back from ACL.
Yeah.
Nope. Let it rip, dude. 8 catches, something like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's what they did.
That's a big piece to their offense.
Yeah, for sure. But
Very complete team.
I like Adam. I like Adam Thielen, man. Adam Thielen.
Oh, he's great. Yeah.
Another white dude. White dude don't get enough respect, man.
They don't. Especially fast white dudes. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The New York Giants are traveling to the New Orleans Saints. Since I told you guys I didn't see a lot of, I didn't really see much of the games besides the Cowboys game this week. How did Jameis? I know he had a great game, a shitty game. How was he?
Smacked the Patriots, by the way.
Yeah.
I think you both picked the Saints actually last week.
Yeah.
Because I gave you I gave you a hard time about it, but you said you liked how the Saints did. They bounced back pretty well. I got to eat some crow on that, and I have to apologize. You made a great pick.
That's a clip right there.
Because the Saints came back and
have
they
to apologize.
for sure. So I don't. After that, if you can come out of Bill Belichick defense, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm for sure picking Saints then because I didn't know if Jamie shit the bed again, but
yes.
Yeah, I'll go ahead. Maybe it's every other thing, and maybe you guys get your first win, but I'm picking Saints.
You know what? Never riding against my team. New York Giants, baby. This is the one. I know it is. I believe it, all right? We're going to win because we're not home. That's why, all right? We're going to go down to New Orleans and make them cry more.
We go get some tomato ketchup.
Right? I'm going Giants. Bold prediction. Let's go.
1,000%. Let's go Giants.
Let's go Giants.
Are the shades coming off?
Shades coming off, baby. Yeah.
Okay, for real. As sad as it is, the most exciting part of the past 2 years of being a Giants fan is beating the Seahawks last year.
Yeah.
Which we didn't expect at all. Backup quarterback. I think we're going to see something similar this week.
Little Mike Glennon
why not?
heroics?
We have nothing to lose. Nothing. 4th and 12 on their own 20. Fuck it. Go for it. We have nothing to lose at this point.
Why not, dude? Throw it to anybody but Kenny Galladay. It was what we've been doing already.
Right?
Why not?
Let's not throw it to our first round pick either. Fuck
That's
that.
not at all.
Fuck that. We didn't spend the 20th overall pick on the receiver.
No, not at all. So, anyway.
Tennessee at New York Jets.
Tennessee at New York Jets. Tennessee.
I picked Tennessee as well.
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Kansas. There's a couple of these here. Kansas City at Philly. I think Kansas City is going to fucking murder Philly.
Okay, they do need now. That's 2 losses now that they have. Right?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
Philly?
they're one they're 1 and 2.
Yeah, they're 1 and 2. Yeah,
So they need a bounce back game. Philly's
perfect.
Yeah.
And I think Philly is the perfect team to lay down and take that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we saw last night. For
So
sure.
is that 3? Is that KC across the board?
That's a clean sweep.
So we have Arizona at LA Rams.
Oh,
I personally
division game.
I think that this game is going to be. Oh, they are in the same division. I think the Rams are going to run away with it. Actually, I think it's not going to be close. Because I think everybody thinks this game's going to be close because it's a division game and because Arizona's been balling as well. I think Arizona, they almost lost 2 of those games, right?
Well,
it wasn't
they
just one of
definitely
them.
almost lost this past weekend.
And I think they almost lost the week before. Maybe I'm remembering things incorrectly, but I don't even think they're a bad team. Maybe I think obviously I think Kyler's balling. But I think this is one of those. I think this is the time where I think he goes and he's got to sit on Daddy Stafford's knee. I think they're gonna fuck him up.
Danny Donald's name.
I got Rams. I think it's gonna be a big win.
Yeah, I might have to agree with you. I think Rams. They're a better all-around team. But he's proven to be such a wild card this year, man. Like really, and Cliff Kingsbury offense has been clicking. And on the professional level, you don't see air gun really like clicking the way it has. So
this just has that game written on it to me, where like all week everybody's probably going to be saying this could be a playoff. This could be the NFC Championship preview right here. This might be this is playoff preview. This is
get those vibes.
This is a playoff preview,
sure
and a lot of times those games just like somebody comes out and gets throttled. And maybe I'm wrong, and maybe it's a close game, or maybe Arizona fucking murks them. But I really think the Rams are going to fuck them up.
They end up, I don't know. Yeah, Rams. I'm going Rams too.
Rams? Okay. I said in the beginning of the pod, and I'll stick to it now. The Rams are the best team in the NFL. Therefore, it's very hard to go against them. However, I do think it's going to be a very close game. I think it's going to come down to scheme. You know, they're division rivals. They are going to try to murder each other, but it's, 3-point game, Rams win. Okay.
The other part of that division is also they're playing each other. Seattle at San Francisco. Ooh, and then, again, that's another. I honestly, I don't even know which team to pick out of those two. Like I'm literally going to be just kind of throwing a dart.
I'm going to lean towards the 49ers. Kyle Shanahan is like I'll say he's the best coach in the league right now, Kyle Shanahan. So I don't think that I don't think that that's an exaggeration. I think that he's got the 49ers looking every bit of a contender with all the injuries they've had. They're down 4 running backs now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just keep going. The quarterback, who makes a quarterback controversy work? You know what I mean? No one in the history of the NFL has made that work. Kyle Shanahan has somehow made it work. I got to go with the 49ers, man. I'm sticking with them.
Who you got, Lucas?
I'm going to go with the Seahawks, and I'll tell you why. I think Seahawks, even though both teams are very complete teams, I think Seahawks are slightly more complete. Specifically in the run game, they've got very reliable back in Chris Carson, not just because he's on my fantasy team, but because he's like an every down back. He's a guy that's just been there for such a long time. Obviously, Russell Wilson, all the weapons, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf. On defense, though, I think they're more solidified there. The Niners lost their number one corner. I don't know why they're not begging Richard Sherman to re-sign with them, but here we are. So, Seahawks by 6.
Okay. I'm gonna pick the Niners. I'm solely making my decision that they're playing at home.
Playing at home.
Okay. Yeah, because that's how close. Like to me, the decision on which team is so close. I'm like, if it was in Seattle, I would have picked Seattle.
Good point.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then Baltimore at Denver, another game.
Sunday night?
No, we still got Sunday night's actually Las Vegas and the Chargers.
Okay.
But Baltimore at Denver. This is another difficult difficult one for me.
Teddy Two Gloves has been making it happen. You know what I mean?
Two Gloves?
Teddy Two Gloves. That's what they call him, man.
Who you got, Lucas?
I have the Ravens, dude. And you know what? Denver wasn't. No one expected Denver to be this good. And granted, they're good. Defense is good. Offensively, I don't think they'll put up enough against the Ravens defense that is, shaky at times, is still pretty strong. And the Ravens just this season they're like finding a way to win,
Yeah. Like that 66-yard field goal by Justin
Dude,
Tucker was.
Hey, when you have that, that's just another like crazy asset to have on your team.
Yeah.
How many teams have a guy that can kick 60? This is 66 yards.
6, dude. Yeah, Justin Tucker he's probably like gotten right there, if not overtaken Adam Vinatieri as like best kicker ever. I also want to pick the Ravens too. Lamar Jackson is my first overall pick in fantasy, but he's been doing wonders for me. But yeah, I love watching the emotions the Ravens play with, man. I just love watching the cohesiveness. I love the fact that they have this like us against the world mentality. I love that they're willing to build a whole team around a quarterback who everybody else in the league tried to write off like a fucking like a wide receiver, just another athletic black quarterback. There's just something about the Ravens I've always just sort of vibed with, and I got to stick with them this week too. So I'm gonna pick them.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick the home team again. I'm gonna go with Denver. Did you guys, speaking of that 66-yard field goal, did you guys see the guy that got the ugly ass 66-yard field goal tattoo?
Oh no!
How nasty is it?
It's pretty bad. Let me pull it up, and then I think Xavier
got
might
a tattoo.
Oh, look at there it is right there. Xavier's got it.
Oh god!
It's not even a good one. It's like literally looks like his kid. He was like gave his kid the tattoo gun.
Oh my gosh, dude!
That should have been.
That looks like a brand, dude. Like it doesn't even.
Oh, get their whole tattoos from the whole season.
Yeah, like any big moment, he wants to get it tattooed.
Oh my god!
Okay, I need. Actually, I'm gonna take that back. Denver. This man is doing way too much for these Ravens wins. Let's go ahead, Denver. Go ahead and knock this off. Save this man from himself and win this game.
Yeah,
I'm switching.
Xavier told us the guy that got the tattoo is planning on getting any big moments from the season also tattooed. But I'm telling you, hopefully he'll throw up a picture of the tattoo right here, and you guys got it. It's because it's just fucking. It's so bad that I wouldn't want to see
this tattoo. It don't look good at all. And if he wants more, y'all got to save him from himself. Come on with it, Von Miller. Break that line, baby. All right, do something. I don't know. I can't. That shit look nasty.
All right, I'm gonna say this all as one sentence. Pittsburgh at Green Bay. I pick Green Bay.
Okay. All right. I am going to also Pittsburgh, Green Bay, Super Bowl rematch. I'm sure they're going to get a lot of hype out of that. Is it Sunday night? Is it a Sunday night?
No, because Sunday night game is going to be.
Right. You already said that.
Actually, and I was wrong because I went all the way down. That's the Monday night game is Las Vegas again, but Tampa Bay at New England Sunday night, which also makes sense.
They did that on purpose.
Okay. Of course.
Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers is he's getting petty. The pettier he gets, the better he plays. Man, I gotta stay. I gotta ride with Petty Rodgers for another week.
Yep.
This is my shocker pick of the week.
You've already picked like 4.
What
do you mean? He's Lucas Cicero shocker pick of the week. Sponsored by Dane Cook.
Hey, I'm a bet this week, so Lambos or food stamps, fuck it. I'm going to tell you why.
Jesus fucking Christ,
There's
bro.
no team in the league right now that is hungrier than the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, it's damn near impossible to beat the
You don't think
Packers.
the Giants are hungrier than the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I'll answer that off camera.
So he doesn't even believe that the Giants are hungry.
I mean, as a team, yeah, but they're hampered by their. We don't have to
he
go
didn't
into
do this to your pick.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Pittsburgh.
defending your boy.
Let's separate these tables.
It's going to be very hard for Pittsburgh to pull this off, but they could do it. They have the team to do it. They have the experience to do it. They have the hunger to
Yeah, their
do
quarterback's been playing football for 103 years.
it. Yeah, dude, he's going to find a way, I think. Who knows?
But they're TJ Watt has, he's been out there, hasn't quite looked like the game wrecker that he's looked last year. Of course, that could be them like trying to like play away from him and everything like that. But their back end can really be had, man. I've been looking for Minkah Fitzpatrick, and like, where's he been? You know what I mean?
I mean, dude, then maybe this is the game where it clicks. Maybe TJ Watt shoots, 2 needles of steroids in his ass right before the game and goes out there and just demolishes.
If Minkah, I like that. If Minkah can definitely keep that back end held down, don't let Aaron Rodgers get over you deep. Yeah, Steelers got a good chance, but I just feel very strongly about Petty Rodgers right now. I love those State Farm commercials. I really do.
Tampa Bay at New England.
Man, that.
I want to overanalyze it and be like, oh, well, Bill's going to have such a prepper. Tampa Bay is going to win.
Oh, yeah. No, Tom Brady is coming in there just to like Antonio Brown. I'm sorry. Also got cut from the Patriots. Gronkowski has issues with he getting all of them. He getting them all.
Would you guys say the Patriots are a bad team? Because I don't get the vibe that they're a good team this year. And it's so weird to see them being a bad team because you're so used to seeing them, at least be decent or average. I don't even know if they're average.
Honestly, I just think the Patriots are suffering from like not having anything new or innovative. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think there's just still the Josh McDaniels is another guy who's his sort of schemes, his plays, like they've kind of been caught up to. You know what I mean? He used to be a very progressive mind, and it's like they're doing.
You've got to be continually changing, continually growing with the league.
Which is ironic because back when they had Cam, he gave you that extra it factor where. If that's just not working, he can roll out and scramble for.
Well, they're just trying
yards.
They just want Tom Brady 2.0s.
Yeah, that's all. It's funny because Josh McDaniels has always had this weird affinity with athletic quarterbacks. Remember when he went to Denver, he tried to draft Tim Tebow, and then he got Cam, and they thought that he tried to do some rollout stuff. But at the end of the day, his bread is buttered by Tom Brady, and again, another guy who has
who goes to a team and wins a Super Bowl the fucking same year with a Hall of Fame coach, Bruce Arians. So it's
but Josh McDaniels convincing people he's better than he is because it's how the fuck do you coach Tom Brady? Right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's we'll see what Sunday brings, but I think Tom Brady's going in there
and to close out to close out this week. Oh, did you pick? Did I skip your pick? My bad, dude.
No, I kind of gave a long-winded hey, you guys think the Patriots suck? But yeah, I mean Tampa, dude, come on.
They have to, man.
Top 5 team, hands down.
We close out. We're going to close out this week on Monday. Las Vegas Raiders at LA Chargers. I think the Chargers are a better team than the Raiders, I believe, and I think the Chargers are going to win.
That's a thinker. I'm sorry, I really am caught because I did see this game that they put up this past weekend against Miami. The Raiders almost coughed that up, but they also made the Steelers look very, very bad the week before.
The Steelers with 125-year-old Ben Roethlisberger. That's just not the same.
It's Ben, but look at Ben does not have to do as much as people think. He's just got to get it into his playmakers' hands. I'm going to go. I think Chargers. Yeah, Chargers again. I think that the Justin Herbert got some confidence off of beating Patrick Mahomes. I like the Raiders, though. I do. I like Darren Waller. I like Henry Ruggs. I like Derek Carr, having MVP, affinity again. I think they're playing. I think they're a good team. I don't think they're a fake 3-0.
Wait, so what's going to make the difference for you? What's making the difference?
Honestly, Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen is a top 5 receiver in my opinion. I think he gets very underrated. Justin Herbert is going to find him a lot, and
I think they can put up points. I think the thing is, the Chargers can put up points where the Raiders can manage a good game.
Yeah.
And so if they can keep the Chargers from putting up the points, I mean obviously that's a fucking game. If they make it so they don't score points, I think they could win.
Raiders have been putting up a lot of points though.
Yeah.
We look at almost every game this season, high scoring. Yeah. So they can definitely play that kind of game if that's what ends up being.
Right.
Who's your pick?
I'm very torn.
Yeah, he's saying
I'm very torn.
He's talking in riddles over here.
Either way. I'm gonna just pick the Raiders. Why not, dude? They're gonna continue to surprise us, right?
Yeah. That's gonna be that's all of our previews for this week. Before we get out of here, fantasy football. I'm fucking 0-3 in the Dynasty League. I can't get a fucking win. I played a bad team this week, and I'm worse than the bad team.
Talk to us about that feeling.
So I'm 0-3. I'm like I said, I should change my fantasy football team name to the Giants, and I should keep it there until one of either the Giants or my team wins a game.
I think
but
You
yeah,
think it's a coaching problem? You think it's decisions coming from up top, or the players aren't there?
You did your scheme. You know.
Do you know solely where the pick? I know where it's the Cam Newton pick. The Cam Newton pick in the draft. If I would have taken any other available quarterback that starts in the league, my team would be better. That pick was like, I think it might have been like the 13th, 14th round. It wasn't an early round, but and this isn't a deep draft. This was a 28 round draft or whatever we did. So it was, or more. So it was still. It was still early enough.
Yeah.
But if I took any quarterback, I could have just drafted Heineke in that position.
Yeah.
He was a waiver wire pickup after Fitzpatrick. But if I would have drafted him there, I would have had more value. I don't have that value. And we're playing in a super flex league, which means most teams are starting 2 quarterbacks. But my 2 quarterbacks are Derek Carr, and I finally got to start a second quarterback, which is Justin Fields.
Right.
And so that Cam Newton pick literally fucked my dynasty up.
You're not. Yeah. I mean, I saw your league. He was like your starter. Like you're like your number one. You know
I picked Derek Carr way after I picked Cam Newton. I picked Cam Newton as my the first. He was the first starting quarterback I picked because I picked Trey Lance and Justin Fields.
I mean, okay, but I mean, to be fair, that's a painful pick than what you're going through. But who knew that what was going to happen to him was going to happen to him? You know,
of course. No, it wasn't. That's why it wasn't a pick that I made, and it was just a bad. It wasn't a bad pick. It just didn't pan out. It was
football guys just hit you.
Yeah, they got me.
Yeah.
Xavier's
got you. I was like, Xavier's got your backup. You want to talk some trades?
Yeah.
We got a minute. Do we got a minute? Quick announcement.
Do we still have time?
Quick announcement. Okay, real quick. Not about my fantasy team. Doing good. Thanks. But excited to announce that our boy here is going to be with us full time now, baby.
Welcome. We're going to change the flyer.
Yes.
Permanently to the podcast, Dwayne Murphy Jr.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes.
I will be here. Then when we start winning, I'm going to be here too. All right. Be here to celebrate, baby. All right.
Great.
Try to buy low.
Dude,
you know
I need to take clips from this. Like these episodes that during this and whatever it's going to end up being, because there is going to be a time in the future where the Cowboys do poorly, the Giants are doing fine or good, and I have to be on this podcast with both of you, and that's going to be terrible.
Oh yeah.
The misery that was experienced by you guys in this podcast, take whatever that is and now put the opposite into the spectrum of joy and how you guys would be rubbing it in. Like I don't look forward to it. I hope.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction. All right, bold prediction. Now that I'm on. All right. That's gonna happen this season.
You think? Do you think it's gonna? Do you think I'm gonna be down and
180, baby? All right, and I can't wait to be here. Your days are numbered. All right,
we've seen that from the Cowboys before. We really have.
Yes,
so
wow, dude, we're not closing on this. So you guys are 0-3, dude. We're not closing out on
longest season in the history of the league.
Just like a Giants fan to try to twist it right at the end here and make me leave feeling bad. Cowboys are 2-1. Giants are 0-3. This podcast will be released before the fucking last game ends.
You can see it now. He can't sleep at night. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We got it.
Yeah, you guys are 0-3, but I'm 0-3 on getting this podcast out before the week's over. Thanks for fucking anybody that's listening to this shit, especially because it's been late. I'm gonna start doing the audio where it gets released on Wednesday, if not Thursday morning, will be the absolute latest. And then the video, when we get that wrangled in, we exported the last episode. We have exported it. I don't know. It's still probably going right now. I'll show you guys after. We've exported it like 6 times, and the audio is fucked up every single, like in different ways every time. So I just got to figure out what the fuck's going on. But thanks for fucking listening to the podcast. We'll be back next week. Go Cowboys on 3.
What?
We should just, whichever team is the better team, we should just probably all 3 be fans of them for the week, right?
Yeah, I don't know about that, but
this dude is asking a lot. You know what I mean? The confidence.
Can Kenny still park in handicap if he has a losing record? We'll see. Let's check back in week 6.
I can't wait. I'm gonna clip it. I'm gonna take these conversations. I hope week 6 I'm 5-1. You guys are 0-6, and I'm gonna
hope is the optimal word, all right? And what I'm hoping for is Jason Garrett turning it around, baby. All right. That is,
dude.
I've got 10 years of Dallas Cowboys data that says that's not gonna happen.
We'll see. He's absolutely right.
Bye, guys.
All right, later, guys.